So, welcome to Wednesday morning's healing class. We're just going to begin with 15 minutes of gentle Qigong exercises to get the Qi flowing inside the body, which is all part of the healing process. It's muted, yeah. So, we're just going to begin with 15 minutes of gentle exercise to get the Qi flowing, and then after that we're going to move into our Qigong meditation. And so if you're watching on YouTube, you could always fast forward if you want to just go to the meditation, but I really do think the exercises are important. That's why we do them every class, same exercises every class, but I think they're incredibly important just for waking up the spine, waking up the whole body and getting the Qi to move throughout the whole of the body. So we stand with our feet at shoulder width, our knees gently bent, the back is nice and straight, the arms hanging down by the sides. And then we're turning from the very core of the body. So gently turn and look back over your shoulder and just see how your spine feels. And then do the same on the other side and gently see how your spine feels. So we have this tiny sort of test just to make sure that everything feels okay. You know, when you stretch, are there any sore muscles? Is there anything that's worrying you? If your back feels fine, then let's just release and let everything go. So the turn comes from deep inside the belly. We're letting the lower energy field turn from side to side. That sits in the core of your body, behind the belly button, deep inside. And so we turn this core from side to side. The spine responds, the shoulders respond, eventually the arms flap. So just keep your shoulders, elbows and wrists totally relaxed. Open up the palms and let the palms just slap onto the side of the body. Feel that the wrist just strikes the small of your back. So there's a very important point opposite the belly button on the small of the back called the Mingmen gate. And as we turn, we just let the wrist gently tap onto that point as well. So this is one of the key parts of this exercise that made it so successful from my perspective. I feel that it's a very, very good exercise, and I've been doing it every day for 35 years. That's not 100% true, but it's 99.9% true. It's my favorite exercise, and I think it's keeping one's spine mobile is incredibly important. But from a Qi perspective, I think that waking up the Mingmen gate, this point on the small of the back, is equally important. So we're just tapping onto this point on the small of the back. Probably of equal importance is the belly button, and you can feel your forearm just gently thumping against that when we do this exercise. So both of these are the key entry points into the energy field in the core of the body. But also where your hand slaps on the side of the body, there's an acupuncture channel that runs round the waist in a circle from one point to the other point and round the other way, as it were. And you're tapping on the sides of it. There are acupuncture points on the sides here as well. So we're kind of catering for the whole of this channel that runs around the waist and all the key points on it. Seems like a very simple exercise, doesn't it? But actually there's all this kind of hidden agenda behind it. If you think where your left hand falls, it covers the length of your liver. If you feel where your right hand falls, it's slapping across the omertum and the spleen and the pancreas. If you feel where the back of the hands tap, it's on the base of your kidneys. The whole of your digestive system is here as well. Wow, such a simple thing, so energy packed. There's more to it as well. If you keep your knees bent, you're helping to increase the flow of Qi through your knees. You're building up the strength in your calves and in your thighs. So that's what I often mention is that, you know, we find that old people in China who practice Qigong have got fantastic balance. You know, they can stand on one leg when they're sort of 80 years old. That's something I aspire to do. Uh, and 90 and 100 and keep going. But anyway, the idea is that just by keeping the knees bent, you know, you do this exercise for an hour and you're building up resistance in your calves and your thighs. And that makes you stronger generally, gives you a better strength in the legs, keeps your knees chi flowing well, ankles and feet. What more could you ask for? Heavens above. There is more, but I won't bore you. Okay, let's move on to the second layer of this exercise. Slow down a little bit and open up. So we go a little bit slower, but we just exaggerate the turn slightly. Look back over the shoulder. Now, occasionally this exercise has propensity to make you feel slightly dizzy. And so if it does, bring your mind into your toes, squeeze your toes against the ground, feel the big toes, the index toe, the ring toe, the middle toe, the little toe, whatever, yes, other way around, and just feel the pads of each of those toes touching the ground. Experience them. Really put your mind into that space and feel the grip of your toes against the ground. Feel the ball of your foot pressing against the ground. That helps you to stop feeling lightheaded, stop feeling dizzy, because you've moved your mind out of your head, you've moved your concentration down into your toes, and the net result is that draws chi away from the head and brings you back into balance. Okay, a few more long opening turns. Very good. And then we just allow the whole thing to gently slow down, gently slow down, gently slow down. Come to a nice stop. Now we gather chi and pour it through our body. Hands in the earth, lift up chi. Hands in the heavens, pour down chi. So Dr. Pang, the founder of Zhejiang Qigong, he initially used to say, hands in the earth and gather earth chi, hands in the heavens, gather heaven chi, because that's a very traditional Taoist view of the universe, gathering the sort of earth and gathering the heavens and pouring it down through your body. But when he started to work on more kind of quantum lines, he says, you know, imagine you go straight through the earth out into the universe, lift up the entirety of the universe, and then pour that down through your body. So the universe in Qigong is seen as being made of what's called Hun Yuan Qi, sort of undifferentiated energy that hasn't been used yet. And so it's just the vastness of the universe being poured through you. In other words, the idea is don't limit yourself to heaven and earth, limit yourself to the entirety of the universe. Why not? Okay, so forward and back bends. Just stretch the hands up into the blue sky, nice long stretch up. And then take over. Oh no, we'll go backwards first. So let the knees and the hips gently lean forwards. You softly lean backwards. And then stretch up. And then backwards. And stretch up. Backwards. And stretch up. And backwards. And stretch up. Good, okay. Let's just tip over. Arms and ears together. So we don't press the arms and ears together. We just have them beside each other. So we lead with the hands and the arms, they go over and they bend the nape of the neck. And then we start to bend into the upper back, we start to bend into the middle back, and we start to bend into the lower back, and then we let the body hang down and relax. Whole body just gently hangs and relaxes. Okay, great. So sink softly down toward the toes and release, in line with the roots of our toes. And release. Head back toward the insteps. And release. Just let the body hang and relax. Lift the tailbone up behind. Push tailbone to the front of the body. Roll the spine up. Lift up the head and the arms and the ears. Stretch up, blue sky chi. Knees and hips drift forward. You softly lean back and up, back. Stretch up, back. Stretch up and back. Okay, hands up in the blue sky. Arms and ears follow over, just bending the nape of the neck. And then the upper back starts to bend, middle back starts to bend, lower back starts to bend. Knees are soft, relax down, just soften the back of the neck. Imagine a line between the toes, gently stretch down towards that line and hold for a moment, and then release. The next line drawn between the roots of our toes, stretch towards that line and release. Next line is drawn between our insteps. So as you can see, the stretch gets gradually deeper and release. And then back to the heels, last deep bend and release. The body just hangs and relaxes. We point the tailbone up behind. Swing the tailbone to the front of the body and just start to stack the spine up one vertebra at a time. And then bring up the arms and ears afterwards, drawing up as one piece. Gently stretch up into the blue sky. Drifting the knees and hips forward, you softly lean back and up, back, stretch up, back and up, back, stretch up. Good. We can do the next exercise with our legs straight. So try and lock the legs completely straight and do the same thing. Bend the arms and the ears over. Keep the legs straight. So then we move into the upper back, we move into the middle back, we move into the lower back, and let the body hang down. Legs stay nice and straight at this stage. So when we stretch down to our toes and hold, you can just feel the back of the legs gently opening up and then release. In line with the roots of our toes, stretch down and release. In line with our insteps, stretch down and release. In line with our heels, deep bend. Body hangs and relaxes. So lift the tailbone to point up behind. Push the tailbone to the front of the body. Start to roll the spine up and bring up the head and the arms and the ears and gently stretch out, gently stretch out. Blue sky chi. Knees and hips drift forward, you softly lean back and up, back and up, back, stretch up, back, hands up in the blue sky. Okay, one last time. Arms and ears gently moving over, bending just the top of the spine, just the neck. And then the upper back starts to bend, the middle back starts to bend, the lower back starts to bend. We head downwards, let the back of the neck soften, just let the body hang and relax. Tip gently down toward the toes and release. In line with the roots of the toes and release. In line with the insteps and release. Head back toward the heels. Body just hangs and relaxes for a moment. Point the tailbone up behind. Push tailbone to the front of the body. Start to assemble the spine and then bring up the arms and the ears as one piece. Draw up, draw up, draw up, stretch up, blue sky chi. Knees and hips drifting forwards, you softly lean back and up, back and up, back, stretch up, back and up into the blue sky. Gather the hands over the crown of the head and just allow the chi to pour for a few moments as if you were standing in a shower of chi. Releasing the hands down the side of the body. Gently lets the chi settle in the body. And then we gather once again. Draw chi, lift chi up, and pour chi down. Focusing all of this energy deep into the belly. And then we release the hands and the chi naturally flows through the legs. Like a circuit, we lift up Hun Yuan Qi and pour down Hun Yuan Qi. So the idea of Hun Yuan Qi is that the entirety of our universe is filled with it, I mean, we say it's like, 99% void or 99% empty. Dr. Pang says 99% full of potential energy. And I think that's the view of quantum science these days. Drawing qi down, moving energy down through your body, deep, deep, deep into your belly. And just allowing the qi to naturally flow. Okay, side bends. Just some simple side bends. Draw the right hand up into the blue sky, breathe in. And then as you exhale, you move left. Take a gentle breath in. Stretch left. Breathe in. Stretch left. Breathe in. Gently stretch left. Breathing in. And stretch left. Lift the hand up. And exhale, swap your hands over. Breathe in, stretch up. And head across to the right side. Gentle breath in. Stretch right. Breathing in. Stretching right. Just a little interim breath in. Stretch right. Breathing in. And stretching right. Good. Lift up. Swap the hands over. Stretch up. Head left. Breathe in. Stretch. Gentle breath in. And stretch. Breathe in. Stretch. Gentle breath in. And stretch. Last time then, lift up the right hand. Swap hands over. Stretch up left. Exhale towards the right side. Gentle breath in. And stretch. Breathe in. Stretch. Breathe in. And stretch. Breathe in. And stretch. Breathe in, lift both hands up into the blue sky. As we breathe out, let the hands drift gently down. Let's gather chi for the last time. Hands go into the earth, lift up. Pour chi down. Focus everything deep into the belly, gathering all these resources deep inside. And then we let the connection to the earth. Then from the earth, it's lifting up. And it's pouring down, drawing down, settling deep inside. Lifting out. And gently pull. Draw the chi down. Focus the chi deep into the belly. Let the hands relax and the chi just pours on the legs. Let's just gather chi to the belly and leave the hands there now. So we lift up, we pour down, we settle the chi down, and we allow the hands to settle on the belly. Gentle, easy breathing. Knees are soft and bent. Tailbone is gently sitting down. Whole body relaxes. So we set ourselves up for the meditation by using Dr. Pang's 8 phrases. I'm going to sing them for you, then I'll translate them for you. Dr. Pang's 8 phrases in Chinese goes like this. Tou Tian Che Di Shen Song Yi Chang Wai Ji Yin Ne Ji Shen Chong Mao Gong Yin Bo Qi Shen Zhu Tai Kung Shen Yi Jiao Ti Zhou Shen Rong Rong Zhou Shen Rong Rong Zhou Shen Rong Rong. So in 2013, Dr. Pang rewrote the first line of the song, Tou Tian Che Di. It used to say feet in the earth and head in the heavens, but now it says, imagine your feet go through the earth, out into the blue sky, beyond, out into the universe. Head, of course, up into the heavens, but beyond that as well, out into the universe. The implication as well is expanding left and right out into the universe, front and back out into the universe. In fact, Dr. Pang says, expand in 1,000 directions out into the universe. The second line, well, it implies that when your body starts to expand and become part of nature, become part of our world, become part of our solar system, become part of our universe, the implication is that your body can then relax. Just let the whole thing soften. You don't need to keep any tension in the body anymore. So truly relax. Soften your feet. Relax your ankles. Soften your calves and relax your knees, your thighs. You let the tailbone, there's just a tiny bit of tension in the tailbone moving forward, and a tiny lift of Yin between the legs, lifting upwards to kind of close the lower part of the body off. So we move the tailbone forwards and we lift Yin upwards, and we gently move the energy field backwards towards the back of the spine, and we sit down. So we arrange that kind of sitting posture with this circular idea of the tailbone tucking forwards, the acupuncture point between the legs lifting up, the whole of the energy field moving backwards, and the tailbone sitting down. But once we've kind of organized that, we forget about that tension because we're trying to let the whole body relax. We just assume that everything is in the right place, everything is sorted, and that we can now relax into the pelvis, relax into the belly, let your tummy relax. Sometimes sort of seen as a bit unfashionable to let your tummy relax, but you can really give it up. Tailbone, when it draws down, the top of the head gently lifts up, so you get that nice straight spine. As the top of the head lifts up, we gently draw the chin back. So again, same idea with that, kind of lengthening the spine and drawing the chin back, puts your spine into this lovely, long, straight line, as straight as it will ever be. But then we kind of forget about it and let it relax. We have the right posture in the body, but we don't hop on about it. We don't concentrate too much on it. We just put it right. And if at some stage you start to notice something doesn't feel right or you have a little pain somewhere, you can always go back and think, okay, maybe I should just tuck my tailbone and lift up Yin, or maybe I should just tuck my chin and lift up my Hui. You can always kind of remind yourself to reset the posture as we go along, but it doesn't need a constant attention is the point. The body just looks after itself. We kind of issue basic instructions and the body follows on. And the last thing I think is about the chest and shoulders. We can find ourselves sometimes standing with the chest really proud in a kind of like soldier stance, but actually it's really softening in the center of the chest. it's not kind of collapsing and rolling the shoulders forwards and having rounded shoulders, but it's a sort of somewhere between, rounded forward and pushed back. There's a soft point in the middle that suits you. So let your shoulders find that soft point. Definitely relax them down from your ears. That's one of the things we tend to do, is really hold tension in our shoulders. So you can just let your arms hang down from your sides at the moment and make sure they really take the shoulders down as well. And then you can bring the hand back onto the belly, or you could hold a ball of qi. This is a very common standing posture, holding something about the size of a football in front of your belly. You can see if you can sustain that. After a while, sometimes your wrists sort of droop down or your hands droop down, and then you know the best place is to have them on the belly. But if you can sustain holding a football, it's a good way of gathering energy. So as we stand here, our knees are bent, and that just moves the weight a little bit to the front of the foot, as that sort of connects the ball of the foot with the earth. So we have this wonderful surge of qi come flowing up the legs. Because the knees are slightly bent, it can pass through them really easily. Because the tailbone's just gently tipped forward and Huoyin lifted up, it can really attract the qi up through the lower body into the belly. The same is true of the head. We push Bai Hui up into the blue sky, and that kind of attracts energy to pour down on top of Bai Hui, on top of the head. We sometimes, I imagine a very sort of 21st century idea of almost like a satellite dish on the top of your head, receiving all these beautiful qi flows down through the top of the head, pouring into the center of your brain. And of course, that's the first kind of upper repository, as it were. We can imagine that when we push our head into the blue sky, we can attract all this amazing qi down into the center of our brain. From the center of the brain, the qi can flow down through your neck, flowing down into the center of your chest. In the center of the chest, there's this area that sits kind of behind the breastbone, sort of just beside the heart, behind the stomach, I think. There's this kind of like area that's called middle dantian, the middle energy field. I think the tip of the breastbone is probably the best location point for it. If we imagine tip of the breastbone and just going deep inside the body, that gives you an idea where the middle energy field is. So this qi is pouring down from the heavens, pouring down into your head, pouring down through your neck into the center of your chest, and eventually that pours down through the center of the body into the lower energy field. So we have these three burners they're kind of referred to. They're like, I often think about them like some sort of alchemical chemistry experiment. We have a lower sort of glass ball, and inside it there's something bubbling away, and then there's a kind of a tube goes up to the middle glass ball, and there's a tube that goes up to the upper glass ball, and we've got heat underneath, and so something is slowly turning into vapor, and then the vapor is slowly turning into qi, if you like. It's not quite the image they use in Chinese medicine, but there's a kind of something there we can use in a kind of sciencey kind of imagination to sort of see lower dantian filled with qi, middle dantian filled with a refined version of qi which works for the organs, and then going up into the brain, the very refined version of the qi in the upper dantian, which is for the brain, which is kind of spirit, if you like. So standing here, we have our triple burners. I'm going to adjust the name of that. Just call it the three dantians. The triple burners are slightly different. The triple burners are all contained inside the body, so that's a slightly misuse of my image, because there is something called the triple burners in Chinese medicine, so let's not get ourselves confused. So let's just call them the triple dantians instead, the three energy fields. Also the hands as well, depending on where you have your hands. Well, no, it doesn't really depend on where you have your hands, sorry. If you're holding this ball, if you have the hands on the belly button, it doesn't really matter, because the hands are always gathering qi as well. On the center of your palms, there's an acupuncture point called Lao Gong, and it's matched on the back of the hand. So no matter how your hands are, you're still gathering qi in through your hands. The qi flows into the center of your hands, through the center of your wrists, through the center of the elbows, up through the center of the shoulder joint, and it arrives on what's called the shoulder well. So right on the top of your shoulders, there's a kind of a little divot, a little kind of hole on the top of your shoulders. And if you drop down into there, that's called the shoulder well. And that's where the chi of the arms kind of comes up and gathers. And then it moves down into the middle energy field. And eventually it moves down into the lower energy field. So the whole body is attuned to gathering chi. So we're only on the second line of Dr. Pang's 8 phrases. This is the idea of let your body relax. And you can start to gather chi very easily from a relaxed body because we have this relaxed posture. And all of the body is like an antenna. It's already receiving chi, gathering the chi inside the body. So nothing you can do can stop that. That will automatically always happen. You take up the right posture. But the only thing that can get in the way of it is your logical brain. The logical brain is unfortunately the finest gift and the most difficult thing to manage because our logical brain can tell us you are the most healthy person, everything in your body is working well. But your logical brain can also say, I don't believe that. It can derail all of your plans. And so the idea is that when we settle into this soft stance, our mind can just gently start to relax as well. Try to expand the mind. So the mind can seem very contained inside your head. But you can start to let go of that idea. The first thing would be to allow the mind just to kind of venture through the body. Feel into your shoulders, into your neck. Feel into your elbows, your wrists and your fingers. So when you feel through your arms and through your neck, does anything feel stiff? Does anything feel blocked? Does anything feel painful? Blocked is an interesting one. My colleague Caroline used to use this word. She said, when we're looking inside our body, we can't look inside from an eyes perspective, but we can look inside from a kind of third eye perspective, if you like. And so she invented this word, feel, which is a cross between see and feel. That was quite a clever idea, the idea of feeling. So, what do you see? What do you feel inside your neck, inside your shoulders, inside your arms? Is there anything that particularly, sometimes it might be something like imagining the arms and neck and then seeing something like a dark shadow or seeing something like a block of some sort. I don't know how that might look, like a dam, something that's not flowing, like a path that's closed. And so it doesn't matter how it comes up to you because your mind, your imagery, your body will tell you very different things to mine. And so I can't really do the visualization for you. You have to figure out the visualization for yourself. So you have to feel your way through this process. So what is there in your arms, neck, feels blocked? You could always imagine opening up space, just allowing something to clear blockages, just allowing energy to flow through anything that feels blocked. Another idea I use is like the brain as a kind of lighthouse, this beautiful light that you can shine anywhere in your body. So we can take the mind to perhaps a stiff wrist, a sore wrist, and just bathe it with your lighthouse. Bathe it with this beautiful light and feel that it softens and opens. Let's take this mind and work our way down the spine. So we start at the skull and we get down to the neck, and then we get down to where the kind of shoulders join the spine, vertebra by vertebra. And then there's the space that runs all the way down to the Mingmen gate on our lower back, and the space that runs all the way down until eventually we get into the tailbone section, as it were. So again, when your mind runs up and down the spine, is there anything there that causes you pause for thought? Is there anything that feels like it might be a blockage? Again, use your spotlight maybe even just to run up and down the length of the spine, kind of bathing the whole spine in healing qi light. Undo any blockages. So when we think about the spine, think about the brain, think about the nervous system, how it connects out of your brain and it kind of cascades down your spine. And that area between your shoulders can often get quite stiff. It's also a really potent area from a nervous system perspective, because from that area, the nerves come down and they go out from the vertebra into your lungs. They go out from the vertebra into your heart. It goes out into your spleen, pancreas, your stomach, your digestive system, liver, kidneys, the whole of it, all of the way down for the first sort of 6 vertebrae underneath your shoulder level. All of the spine is branching out there into all of these vital organs, branches out down our arms to our fingertips. And then we imagine this beautiful nervous system running down the spine, branching out into the digestive system, branching out into the hips, branching out down the legs, all the way down to the feet. That digestive system carries on all the way to your fingertips, to your toe tips, to the skin. So think about the brain and this connection out into the nervous system, and think about it in perfect working order. Perfect working order. Everything working well. So we look for blockages in our tailbone, hips, pelvis. How do your hips feel? Do you need to pour qi into the hips? What about the thighs? Do they feel open and relaxed? What about the knees, calves, ankles, Achilles, toes, the whole of your foot? So again, if anything strikes you as being a little bit blocked, pour the light of qi through that area. There's nothing to stop you using your hands on your body as well. If you feel that you want, perhaps your lungs, you could put your hands over your lungs, over your heart. You could put your hands on your hip joints. You could put your hands onto your thighs or your knees, whatever it is you feel you might want to send qi into. So why not, just for a moment, radiate qi into your body? One place, a few places, wherever it's needed. Imagine you can send healing light deep inside your body. We can take up our football stance with the ball in front of the belly once more. Knees bent, tailbones sinking, head lifting. Brain as well. Pineal gland, pituitary gland, deep inside the head. And then down into the throat, thyroid. And then down to the chest, thymus. Down into the kidneys, we've got the adrenal glands, got the sexual organs. All of this is part of our endocrine system that makes all of the chemical messengers that flow around your body. So just think of all of these little pieces of beautiful technology. It's not the right word for your body. Don't want to think of them as bits of meat. I don't know quite how to think of them, but the whole of the endocrine system, think about how beautifully it works. Your hormones in perfect balance, the qi flowing from your brain down through the endocrine system. And whenever we need, this instantaneous messaging system throughout the whole body. Think about how quickly we blush when we're embarrassed. Someone says something and a split second later your face is bright red, or perhaps sometimes your whole body has a flush, it feels hot and feels red. The endocrine system working incredibly efficiently. It only takes a moment for the body to shiver, the whole body shivers or something like that. Nerves and endocrine, I suppose, but those two systems, you imagine them in perfect working order, everything working well. And then, of course, there's the magnificent blood system We think about the liver, that kind of, well, even before that, we think about the bones, and deep inside the bones, they're kind of the nursery for marrow, all the new blood cells being born inside there and being shipped around the body with the veins and the arteries. We think about the liver that does all the cleansing. We think about the heart that does all the pumping, and the spleen, which is adding liquid to the story. And then we have the incredible blood flow system. Just think about your heart. Think about the aorta. Think about the veins and the arteries. Think about the muscle around your heart. Think about everything perfect, pristine, working well. And then we think about all of these arteries and veins going off around the body, up into the head, up into your lungs, into all the various organs, into your digestive system, pouring through your arms, pouring through your legs, all the way to the tips of the toes and the tips of your fingers, the tip of your nose, the tips of your ears, blood flowing well. And we know that qi also flows in the blood. Blood and qi flowing well through your body. And a slightly less easy system to imagine is the acupuncture system. Little points all over your body, the energy flowing all through your body. Imagine that system working well, perfect working order. So there we are, in a totally harmonious fashion. Blood and qi flowing through the body, an abundance of energy deep inside. Your mind becoming the servant of your body, gently working through, looking for any problems. Scanning through the body, helping the body, not creating difficult stories. Try and keep the mind quiet and relaxed. Try and keep the mind under control. Try and still the mind sufficiently. When the mind is quiet, the body moves into this healing system. Feel a deep respect for your body. It brings about an incredible, deep inner peace. It's no longer really apparent what's the outside and what's the inside. Dissolve into the qi field. Whole body dissolves into the qi field. Now, with this quiet mind, we can expand throughout the whole of the body into our qi field, into our qi body, and then start to expand the mind out into the space you work in. Expand the mind a little bit further across the village, town, city, countryside, across your country. Expand out across your continent. Expand out across the whole of the world. Expand out into the blue sky beyond. Expand out. Now we see our beautiful moon, the sun, the planets. Expand beyond that. What we call the Milky Way, that beautiful hazy cloud of millions of stars and billions of stars being born. Beyond that, the vastness of our galaxy. And beyond that, the whole of the universe. And who knows, beyond that, More universes, multi-universes, we don't know. We expand to fill the entirety of it all. This extraordinary ability you have to become one with the entirety of the universe. So in this incredibly expanded way, we understand that our universe is made of this vast, undifferentiated chi. And when we come back, we're going to draw back as much of this healing energy as we need. But also, the information of your life is stored here. Some people call it the Akashic Records. Some people see it as being the boundary of the known universe, a vast balloon that contains our universe that is information. All the information of the universe that ever has been and ever will be is contained in this vast, vast sphere of information. Somewhere in this vast sphere of information is the blueprint of you, the original story of you, how you should be, how you should have been, how you can be. Let's imagine this incredible blueprint for our DNA, for our bodies, for our lives. And now we start to draw ourselves back. We're going to bring back the good information and bring back as much chi as our body could possibly take on, more. So we draw back, we find the Milky Way, we find our galaxy, we find our beautiful planets, we see the sun. Eventually we can find our little blue planet and the moon, and slowly we work ourselves back, drawing back into the blue sky and finding our continent, and eventually moving ourselves back towards our locality, drawing ourselves back to where we're working, and then eventually drawing ourselves back into our bodies. Draw this good information back inside your body. Let every cell of your body benefit from this incredible blueprint information. When we draw back, we naturally attract the vastness of the universe, the entirety chi of the universe. Hun Yuan Qi pours through your body, filling your body with chi, filling upper dantian, filling middle dantian, filling lower dantian, filling the whole of your body, filling all the chi channels, filling all the acupuncture points. Your body is abundant with chi. Your body has this refresh of new information, good information, healing information, goes deep inside every cell of your body. Absorb this healing information into every cell. Just feel this amazing reset that takes place. Like when your computer gets slow, you switch it off and you switch it on, and suddenly everything's back to normal. Oh, thank goodness, everything's working. Same with your body. A beautiful refresh. Every cell in your body filled with chi. Every cell in your body abundant with energy. Every cell in your body starting to work well. So we feel this amazing refresh going through the body. We feel somehow cells are starting to change. We feel that as this new DNA rewrites the old code, that things start to change in the body. Old stories can break down now. Things that we don't need can alter themselves, no longer have to stay the same. Whole of the body relaxes into chi. The whole of the body filled with this beautiful new information. Just stay there for a moment. Some disruptive qi outside my window. So we're just going to think about the Wei Qi layer, the energy layer that comes around the outside of the body. So they say that it's 6 to 10 centimeters on top of your skin. So just think about how that looks for the whole of your body. It's like an envelope of qi all the way around your body. Imagine your body has this beautiful qi glow around it. So how do we make our Wei Qi layer stronger? Imagine drawing energy up from the earth. Imagine it flows up through your feet, flows up your spine, and flows up into the blue sky. Imagine another current of qi that flows down from the blue sky, flows down the front of your spine, and flows back down your feet into the earth. So we have these two beautiful currents of qi. The first one flows up and up the back of the spine, through the head, up into the blue sky. And the next one pours down from the blue sky, down the front of the spine, and pours deep into the earth. Just imagine, first of all, breathing in and lifting the qi up from the earth and into the blue sky. So we breathe in and lift it up into the blue sky. And then we breathe out, we bring it down the front of the body and deep into the earth. Take a breath in and lift qi up. Take a breath out and pour qi down. I seem to be spontaneously moving my hands. You can if you wish. Doesn't make any difference. Lift up and breathe in. Drawing qi up. Pour down. Drawing qi down. Each breath you take gathers qi up the spine and up into the blue sky. Pour this qi down, deep into the earth. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, pour down. And just continue to let that qi flow with your breath. Gentle, easy breathing. Now we're just going to change this breath a little bit. We're just going to imagine that each breath, so when you breathe in, from the center of your body, the qi goes up and down at the same time. You breathe in, qi goes up and down. You breathe out, qi goes down and up. So from the center of you, expand down and then up and down. Down and up and down. Down and up and down. Down and up and down. Doesn't matter whether you're breathing in or out, whether you're going up in the front and the back. Just let it do whatever it wants. So from the center of you, everything expands out and connects. And from the vastness of the universe, everything comes back into the core of you. and then goes out and connects, and comes back into the core of you, and come out and connect, and back into the core of you. So just keep that going with your breath. Gentle, easy breathing. There's one more stage to this. As the chi goes up the body, just imagine it cascades down over your body like a fountain. As the chi goes downwards, imagine that it also cascades upwards, kind of like creating a ball of chi with chi flowing down and chi flowing up. This beautiful protective field of energy around you. Breathing. The chi is still expanding up into the universe and down into the earth, but now there's also this second fountain of chi pouring down, this kind of fountain of chi from below pouring up, sort of defying gravity, but that's fine. And there's you with these wonderful accesses of energy moving through, connecting you into the heavens, connecting you into the earth, and also this beautiful ball of chi around you now. You in this wonderful healing field of chi, safe, healthy, connected, blood and chi flowing well. So just imagine this wonderful layer of chi around your body. Just imagine your chi body now, this wonderful circle of chi round that's created by these currents of energy. So we have our chi body protecting our skin. We have this chi ball, we have our Wei Qi layer protecting our skin. And then we have the chi body that we've just created with our beautiful fountains of chi. We've got this wonderful current of chi flowing up and flowing down, filling the body, the energy moving up and down. What happens if we turn those arrows and we have them going out in front of us and behind us, and then back into the center, and out to the front and behind us, and back into the center? So now we've switched the flow of chi to 90 degrees. Imagine extending out into the blue sky in front of you, and imagine drawing this blue sky chi back into your body. Imagine extending out into the blue sky behind you and drawing this gentle chi deep into your body. So now we can move out to the front and to the back, and out to the front and the back. Let's change the direction, switch it round to the sides, moving out to the sides and then back in. So you move from the center left and right, and from outside back in, from the front and the back, and back in, down into the earth and above, and back in. The 6 directions of chi, the chi is flowing out and gathering in, flowing forwards and gathering in, flowing down and up and gathering in. Remember the 6 directions of chi, Ren Wu Zhang, just gathering energy from the earth, from the heavens, from the sides, from the back, just all this energy flowing deep into lower dantian, your body abundant with chi. Whenever you feel you need protection, just think about the chi body. You can just imagine the chi flowing up above the head and pouring down in a cascade. And then you can imagine the chi flowing down to the feet and then spraying up like a sprinkler, if you like. And the two of them join together to make this perfect chi body around you, your protective field of energy. Whenever you need protection, make this field of energy work. It can be instant. It doesn't need to take all of this beautiful movement that we've been working with. We're constantly connected to the 6 directions of chi. That never changes. The chi flowing in and out of lower dantian from the front, the chi flowing in and out of lower dantian from the sides, the chi flowing in and out of lower dantian from the top and the bottom. But you can generate this beautiful field of energy around yourself in a moment's thought. You just have to remind yourself. Think of your chi body. Express your chi body. Just in a moment, you can create this force field around you. This force field around you can do something else extraordinary. It can make you invisible. Okay, I know that sounds like a crazy idea, but somehow, if you don't want somebody's attention to come to you, you can also hide in your chi field. You'd be surprised how well it works. If you feel shy, you don't, there's a group of people and you don't want to be picked out, you can put your chi field around you and it stops people's attention coming to you. You suddenly become invisible to them. Sure, they can still see you, but yeah, suddenly you're putting out a message that you don't want to be connected with at the moment. And so if there's something aggressive happening around you, you put up your chi field and you suddenly become invisible. Your chi field can be a very potent and powerful thing. My experience of chi field was walking along a pavement late at night and seeing a drunk man walking towards everybody, shouting at everybody, pushing people, and I just thought, oh, I don't want to. So I put my chi field up, and he walked up to me and he was about to say something, and then to his surprise and to my surprise, he bounced off my chi field and he just stumbled off down a side street. It was very funny. It was just, wow, there's the power of my chi field. He just came up and then suddenly took a left turn and went off down the street without him or I knowing how it had happened. That's the power of your chi field. So you can make yourself invisible if you're having an argument with somebody or somebody looks like they're going to start an argument. Create your chi field and just become invisible to them. You become uninteresting to them. Use your chi field as your protection. Never forget the 6 directions of chi, allowing yourself to expand out to the left, right, to the front, back, up and down, connecting with the entirety of the universe, drawing the entirety of the universe back into lower dantian, filling lower dantian with chi. Okay, so let's just do a Zhineng Qigong closing. So we can gently bring our feet together, draw our hands into the prayer position, and let the hands settle in front of the heart. Okay, so we take the hands slowly up in front of the face, lift the hands slowly up over the crown of the head, and then just extend from the heels, tailbone, fingertips, blue sky. And then let the body sink down, let the knees soften a little bit, let the hands come down, and then we gently open up little fingers and ring fingers and middle fingers. Hold this lovely triangle for a moment, this triangle of chi, over the crown of the head. Split the hands apart and draw them gently down towards shoulder height. As they're arriving at shoulder height, they're already gathering a handful of chi and drawing it round to the front. Shoulder height, shoulder width, and then send the chi deep inside your brain. Upper dantian chi is abundant. Blood and chi flow well through your brain. Just feel your brain working really well, very comfortable, very happy, very sharp, no clouds, no fog, absolute clarity. And then draw the elbows gently backwards and let them come underneath the arms to lightly touch Daba. So we touch this acupuncture point underneath the arms and we connect to the energy field in the middle of the chest. Send chi deep inside. Middle dantian chi is abundant. Blood and chi flow well. All functions working perfectly. Let's drift the hands backwards. Back of the hands moving backwards. Open the hands out to the sides. When the back of the hands are in line with the side of the body, we turn the palms, we gather a ball of chi out into the blue sky, and then we bring back some for ourselves, gather this healing chi into a ball in front, and then draw it deep inside the belly. Squeeze this ball of chi inside lower dantian and hold the chi there. Lower dantian chi is abundant. Blood and qi flow well through the body. All functions of your body are perfect working order. Let's draw 3 lovely circles round lower dantian. This just kind of tells the body, time to stop. Let's gather all the energy back into the core. So if we have any excess energy, it all gets stored in lower dantian. And then we do 3 circles around in the opposite direction. And these 3 circles are going to bring us back into this present moment, back into our body, back into our physicality. Okay. As we stand here, we just imagine our weight qi layer, we imagine our qi body. We've done so much work on those, they must be very strong by now. See yourself as a being of light inside these wonderful shields of qi, safe and happy. Put a big smile on your face. Your body is healthy. Slowly open your eyes. Release the hands down by the sides. Just give yourself some good information. Say something nice about you to yourself. Also, tell yourself that your practice is getting better and that you are healing. Okay, lovely. So, this video goes up on YouTube. I'd love you to share it, but don't unmute yourself because you'll suddenly appear, you'll star on the video. But what we're going to do is say Haola together. I count 1, 2, we say Haola. Haola is Chinese for everything is good already. Everything is already sorted. Okay, so raise the hands up in the air. 1, 2, Haola. 1, 2, Haola. 1, 2, Haola. Make a little salute for each other. Right hand comes up, left hand goes down, pull the fingers together. Thank you so much for being here today, keeping me company. As I say, this will be on YouTube. It'd be great if you could share it. And yeah, have a lovely, lovely day. Keep that qi feeling all day. Don't forget the 6 directions. Bye.